Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Missiles fired during a ceasefire. The latest on the Israel and Iran conflict.
Family and friends mourning the loss of a 19-year-old who was shot and killed on Sunday, plus a 12-hour standoff with his alleged shooter.
And Governor Greg Abbott signed a number of laws into effect. We'll break down how they affect your children's schools, your health, and so much more.
All right, are you ready for Tuesday morning? Welcome in to GMSA.
Yes, thanks so much for waking up with us. Let's get right over to meteorologist Justin Horn. Hey, man, how we looking weather-wise? Are we still got like a little, what do you call it, precipitation in the forecast?
A little bit. Hopefully anyway. We've got some chances this afternoon. I think it's going to be a little better shot than what we were dealing with yesterday. We did see a couple of stray downpours yesterday afternoon, but today the odds go up a little bit. So 20% chance midday, 87, and then this afternoon we go to 92, and there's a 30% chance of seeing a couple downpours. Again, that does not mean everyone's going to see rain, but if you do, you may get some brief heavy rain. It may add up to half an inch at best, but that's about all we can offer. As we go outside, it is mostly cloudy right now. 76 at the airport, 71 New Braunfels, 74 in Converse. Not a lot of wind out there, so it's sticky, it's humid. If you're going for the morning run, still pretty miserable out there, even at this hour. Rain chances today. This is the way I think it kind of plays out. We're going to have some pretty high odds along the coast. You'll see some showers and some downpours form early, and then they'll try to make a run inland. And the rain chances fall off the further inland you go. But I'm going to put San Antonio, again, at a 30% chance of seeing some of that rain. Fingers crossed that we get a little bit. We'll talk more about that and the odds for tomorrow, too. Plus the tropics, especially in the Pacific, heating up. We'll take another look at that too here in just a couple minutes, but over to RJ now. Some issues on the roads.
All right, Justin. Yes, not a great way to start our Tuesday morning, and good morning to all of our folks out there as we give you a look here at the southeast side of town. Good morning to everyone there along 37 and 410. Going to get us back on the rotating shots here. North side of town, traffic is looking pretty good out there for our folks over by Emerald Forest. But a couple of things just to let you know about. If you are about to step outside right now and hit the roads, we do have some ongoing construction right here. 35 southbound traffic right there south of Evans Road. That's going to be a little bit south of the Selma area, headed towards Live Oak. So keep that one in mind. Let's go to the northwest side where they have picked up some construction out here over by the Loop 1604 North Expansion. That's going to be out there by UTSA Boulevard. So we are good to go there. A little bit further in, though, still dealing with some construction right here. This is going to be 10 Advanced Jackson over by Woodlawn as well. So it looks like we still have a couple lanes blocked there. But our biggest issue at this moment is going to be an 18-wheeler rollover right here. This is going to be the westbound lanes of I-10 over at Trainer Hale. So that's right here off of Linney Road, close to basically Hackerville Road as well. So keep this one in mind. We have reports of an 18-wheeler rolled over. It was last reported to be on the frontage road. So this is going to be causing some problems for all of our drivers kind of in between FM 1518 and all of our drivers coming in from the Seguin area. So let's go ahead and check out Drive Cam now with Alex Gomez. And I believe he may be out there. My man, Alex, what is going on out there?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. So this is what the scene looks like. You can see the 18-wheeler right there on its side. So we have a lot to do with cleaning this up. It looks like they're going to have to move the contents inside this truck into another truck, and then they're going to have to be able to get this upright. So for right now, the main lanes has one lane open, I-10 westbound right at Trainer Hale. So you do have one lane to get by, but the frontage road is going to be completely blocked. That's from Zool Road all the way down to Trainer Hale. So I'm going to stay on top of the scene and see what they do. But we do have those bigger tow trucks now over here right next to the truck, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Alex. And we'll talk about some potential alternate options here for our drivers in that part of town coming up in just a little bit. Guys, back to you.
This morning, we're learning from Israel that Iran launched additional missiles.
So this comes after President Trump's announcement of a ceasefire between Israel and Iran late last night.
So Iran's overnight missiles killed at least 4 people. And just yesterday, Iran launched a missile attack on an American air base in Qatar, targeting the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East and home to nearly 10,000 U.S. troops. Fortunately, no injuries or deaths were reported, and only minor damage was done after all but one missile were intercepted. President Donald Trump, no intentions to retaliate, responded with a push for peace in a series of truths on Truth Social.
Now, we know many in San Antonio might be asking if the city has done anything here at home in response to the conflict overseas. Bexar County Commissioner Grant Moody, who was recently called back into active duty, had this to say about the recent exchange. Quote, CENTCOM's Operation Midnight Hammer was a huge success, marked by tactical surprise and exceptional execution by our forces and military leadership. Our focus now shifts to force protection and ensuring readiness for whatever the coming week may bring, end quote.
So the San Antonio Police Department are also weighing in, saying, quote, in response to the recent events, SAPD has increased police presence around Jewish facilities throughout the city as a precautionary measure to ensure the safety of the community. As always, we want to remind the public that if they see something, say something, end quote.
So this is a story that is going to continue to evolve by the hour and perhaps by the day. For the very latest, you can scan the QR code or just go to KSAT.com. There's the QR code right there on the bottom of the screen and look for this article on our home page. And now to an update on a SWAT standoff that we told you about yesterday. A man accused of murder kept police at bay for 12 hours in his home. Police say they had to fire tear gas into the home on Potomac Street near Gevers before arresting 29-year-old Mark Criollo. Officers believe he killed a 19-year-old man who was found dead in a car on East Commerce near Polaris earlier on Sunday. A witness to the standoff said officers used several tactics to get the suspect to come out.
Before they started to do anything, they negotiated for about 3 hours for the young man to come out. They called his mother and they warned him. They said, your father was a serviceman. He worked for 40 years to pay for this house. Don't let your mama see it destroy.
So the SWAT team eventually got the suspect out at around 1:30 yesterday morning.
So that standoff is the reason that part of Commerce Street is covered with candles this morning. This is how family and friends are remembering Jordan Bocanegra. His family says that he was the 19-year-old shot and killed on Sunday morning. His family used to live in the neighborhood, but now they live in Hondo. They say that he was in the area visiting family and friends and getting ready to leave the city when it all happened. He was shot inside of his car near the gas station and then drove about a block before crashing. His family says that they'll always remember him for his heart and his humor.
He's not here physically, but he's here spiritually, and with that, I feel like it's helping us.
Hours after that shooting on Sunday, San Antonio police say they tracked the suspect, 29-year-old Mark Criollo, to a house on Potomac Street. And again, it took half a day, tactical gear and tear gas for Criollo to be taken into custody. Now he's in jail facing a murder charge.
All right, this morning, San Antonio police are investigating the death of a 4-month-old baby from over the weekend.
KSAT has learned that that baby may have died from alleged abuse over the weekend. Court records say that baby Mia Martinez suffered from a severe head injury. She was taken to the hospital on June 4th. Medical staff told investigators that the injuries the baby suffered had to be caused by an impact or physical abuse.
The child's mother told investigators that she had been away from the home all day and her husband watched the kids while she was gone. The baby's father told investigators that while he was the only one caring for the child, he does not know how the injuries happened. KSAT is not naming the parents since no arrests have been made in this case, but San Antonio police are waiting for the medical examiner to determine the baby's cause and manner of death. Across the 140 days of the 89th Texas legislature, lawmakers filed almost 12,000 Senate and House bills. So by Sunday, Governor Greg Abbott has signed 1,155 bills. 26 bills were vetoed and 255 will take effect immediately. And that includes laws that will enhance the state's water infrastructure, also some that address education issues, including grades in K through 12 and higher education. And our very own Ivan Herrera has a breakdown of some of those laws taking effect immediately.
Curious about new Texas laws shaping our schools? Here are 3 you need to know about right now. Senate Bill 314 bans certain food additives from free or reduced price school meals, removing ingredients like red 40 and titanium dioxide. Senate Bill 2314 introduces My Texas Future, an online portal to help high school students connect with Texas colleges and universities. And Senate Bill 870 allows school marshals to open carry handguns while in uniform to enhance school security. Explore these and other new laws passed this legislative session at KSAT.com. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
Right outside with live cam this morning. It's humid, it's warm, temperatures in the mid-70s. We're watching a little swirl in the Gulf of Mexico. What does that mean for our rain chances today? We'll take a look at some of the Futurecast models for you coming up.
I know I was a zombie for a little while. Like, it was not good. Like, drinking a lot. Like, it was bad.
Triumph out of tragedy. A local counselor talks to me about how she found light after 2 life-changing setbacks a dozen years ago. We'll hear part of our conversation in just a little bit here on GMSA.
And an event coming up tonight, so you can weigh in on Project Marvel plans. What other renovations to expect aside from the Spurs Arena? Our very own RJ Marquez has that breakdown after the break.
5:13, welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. Well, we've been reporting on Project Marvel and a potential new Spurs downtown arena for months now. And tonight is the first opportunity for you to share your thoughts directly on that multi-billion, yes, with a B, dollar entertainment district. Starting today, the city is hosting a series of workshops for people to weigh in and get the latest information on Project Marvel plans. Okay, so even though the Spurs Arena has been the main topic of conversation, Project Marvel also includes money to expand the Gonzalez Convention Center, a new convention center hotel, and major renovations to the Alamo Dome as well. So city and Spurs officials will be at these workshops, which will be spread over the next few weeks in all 10 districts. So here's a breakdown of the first workshops for today and tomorrow. Let's check this out. District 2 will be at the Wheatley Heights complex on the east side of town. District 4 will be at Palo Alto College at the Osuna Library. District 5 on the west side will be at Progreso Hall and Guadalupe Street. And District 7 will be at St. Paul Community Center on Donaldson. That is near Thomas Jefferson High School. Okay, so let's give you some more updates here. The workshop starts at 1:30 p.m., but the community forum part where you can ask questions directly will be from 6:30 to 8:30 this evening. Then there will be an open house from noon to 7. These workshops and forums are open to anyone regardless of where they live, and we have a full schedule on KSAT.com.
Very good. RJ, thank you, sir. All right, on to pickup lines for this week. We are hearing from a local woman who has built multiple brands and has helped countless numbers of people as a therapist, a counselor, and a coach. But all of that was built out of her own tragedy a dozen years ago. Jeanette Lita is an O'Connor High School grad and an entrepreneur with a passion for empowering others to embrace their authentic selves and build thriving personal and professional lives. She chose that path back in 2013 following a difficult and life-changing stretch that included a divorce and the death of her younger brother.
Did you feel alone?
A lot of times I think I did. It wasn't until actually the past maybe 5 years of my life that I realized that I don't have to do it alone or feel alone. Yeah, because I think a lot of us kind of take that on because we don't want to show others that we failed or tell them all the things that we failed at, and we get a little scared about that, so we hold back. That wasn't working for me.
So Jeanette is also a single mother and is writing a new book about her life and journey. She's committed to creating opportunities and uplifting others, especially within the mental health field. Later this week, you'll be able to watch our full conversation on KSAT.com. You'll just search Pickup Lines.
Okay, good stuff there, Ernie. Let's take a look at your traffic authority right now and a quick check of our traffic across the city of San Antonio. Most places looking pretty good out there. 37 at Houston on the east side, no major issues. 281 at Boulevardia on the north side of town, no major issues there as well for all of our drivers. Good morning to all of our folks over by the Stone Oak area. All right, I-10 over here at Hildebrand. We are dealing with some overnight construction in this part of town. So this is going to be over by Woodlawn Lake and Woodlawn Avenue, and we are seeing some little bit of backups there for all of our drivers that are coming in right now from the Monte Vista area. So keep that one in mind. That is kind of our biggest delay that's sort of inside Loop 410. Take a look here at 35. This is going to be Evans Road. Some delays right there due to some ongoing construction over by the Live Oak and Universal City area. But again, as we reported earlier, this is going to be our biggest backup at the moment, our biggest trouble spot. This is going to be an 18-wheeler rollover, I-10 West at Trainer Hale. So earlier we had reports of all main lanes closed. Alex Gomez reported just a little while or so ago that we do have at least one main lane open, but the frontage road is shut down at the moment. So let's go to Alex right now for the very latest on the ground in DriveCam. Alex, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. So it's still pretty dark out here, but you can kind of see right there the 18-wheeler still on its side. We have the cranes out here. We have the bigger tow trucks, so they're going to work on getting this upright right now. So I-10 westbound still has one lane open. It's going to be that left lane. So stay on that left side. But again, the frontage road is going to be completely blocked from Zool Road all the way down to Trainer Hill this morning. RJ.
Okay, good updates there, Alex. And again, you could take Lower Seguin Road if you're coming off of I-10. That might help you get around it. FM 2538 as well. Thank you very much for that update. Alex Gomez in Drive Cam. Justin, how are we looking out there this Tuesday morning, man?
Well, it's status quo here. We continue with basically the same kind of forecast. The one little ripple or change in our forecast today is going to be that we're going to get some showers working in from the coastal area. I think a little more coverage as we get into this afternoon. So we do have a few morning clouds trying to develop. So far, San Antonio stayed mostly clear. If you look out into the Gulf, you do see some showers trying to develop even this morning. Outside right now, again, partly cloudy, 76 here in San Antonio, 71 New Braunfels, 73 Converse, 72 right now in Bernie. And look at the water vapor satellite picture here. You can see a little bit of spin in the atmosphere. We showed you this yesterday. So now it's advancing a little bit further west, and it's shoving in a lot of moisture here. So we'll have some deeper moisture to work with today, and that's why I'm a little more hopeful that we'll get some rain, or at least some of us will. Later today and tomorrow, for that matter, as this will still be around. Futurecast at noontime shows a couple showers trying to develop, and then by 4 o'clock, we're going to get a little more coverage here with some spotty showers and downpours. That goes away once the sun goes down, and then as we get into tomorrow, we'll do it again. Showers developing midday, and then they get a little closer to the I-35 corridor by the late afternoon and evening hours. Rain chances today. Now, if you're in the hill country, you're just probably not going to see much. They just won't make it that far. But pretty decent chance of some rain on the coast. And then, again, around a 20 to 30% chance if you're in San Antonio. Rain totals, by the way, will be less than half an inch. So we're not worried about street flooding, really, or anything like that. This will just be some good rain for a few of us. 20% chance midday, and then, yes, by the afternoon, 30% chance with high temperatures right around at 92 or so. Hey, at least we're not dealing with the kind of heat they are on the East Coast. There's a heat dome, which we're very used to, by the way, in the summer, but it is not over us. It traps in the heat when you get that heat high, and boy, they are really going to feel it across the East Coast today. Excessive heat warnings, heat advisories in effect. Look at these. These are heat indices. So our heat index anywhere from 98 to 97 next couple of days. Heat index values in places like Nashville will be 110 plus. Washington, D.C., 111 is the forecast heat index today, even up towards Boston and New York. And those folks are really going to feel it. So we are not dealing with the kind of heat they are there. 92 today, 91 tomorrow with 30% chance of rain. We'll bring that down to 20% chance Thursday and some lower odds going into the weekend. All right, with the NBA draft in mind here, I was thinking NBA last night, just thinking about the Spurs. And I wanted to know which NBA player holds the record for the most seasons with only one team. Is it Kobe Bryant, John Stockton, Tim Duncan, or Dirk Nowitzki?
Oh, can I ask RJ?
You can go to KSAT.com/poll or scan the QR code and let us know what your vote is.
All right.
I honestly feel like all four of those could be correct.
They're all pretty close. I'll give you that.
That's what I figured. So, okay, we'll find out soon enough. 521 right now, 76 degrees outside.
Flip phones making a comeback. Samsung is set to reveal the new flip phone. That and your latest tech headlines after the break.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung's next big unveiling event. It's set for July 9th and is expected to introduce the company's new foldable Android smartphones, the Galaxy Z, Fold 7, and Flip 7. Samsung's hinted at a major overhaul, possibly including larger screens. Next, Target has joined the list of major retailers to announce its major sale dates. Circle Week will take place July 6th through the 12th. Target's sale will run concurrently with Amazon's Prime Week and the Walmart Deals event. Finally, the first images taken by the largest camera ever built. They're showing us more of what's out there, including 2,000 asteroids and millions of galaxies. The images are thanks to the Rubin Observatory, which says it will capture more information about our universe than all optical telescopes through history combined. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day. I'm Allison Kosick.
All right, 525 now. The Housing Authority of Bexar County is celebrating 50 years of community service by launching a school supply drive to support students in need. They are on a mission to fill 800 backpacks with everything kids need to start off the school year with confidence. The Back to School collection drive runs through July 31st. You can drop off school items at the Housing Authority of Bexar County's main office on Houston Street or make a purchase through their Amazon wish list.
Check your clocks right now. Of course, you can also donate that money by scanning the QR code on your screen. All the details can be found at KSATcommunity.com. We're looking at 525 right now.
Okay, Lifeline for high-risk groups is running out of funding. Why Pride members in San Antonio are advocating for its importance. Coming up.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, visually impaired students at a Northside ISD learning a new way to access the world. How their mentors are guiding them through this program. And good morning. Coming up on 5:30 right now on your Tuesday.
Still thinking about the trivia question, and I'm overthinking it. But
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink
I know
it.
he knows the answer, but I'm not going to cheat.
I do, and it's and it is a. I don't want to give away too much.
I will let you talk because
We'll find out in an hour. We'll find out in
But
an
it's
hour.
someone that Spurs fans know very well. I will say that. Okay, so
There you go.
It's a little clue.
Okay.
It could be anyone though. Kobe. They had some great rivalries.
Yes. We'll show you that answer here about an hour or so you got to wait. Okay, forecast for today. There is a chance for some showers and downpours. Not huge chance, but a chance nonetheless. 20% chance at noontime, 30% chance. Anywhere from, I'd say, 2 to about 7 p.m. That'll be your window if you're going to see one of these downpours. And it may come with some gusty winds, but you're probably not going to get more than a quarter, maybe a half an inch of rain out of this. But it will cool down temperatures if you are lucky enough to see one of these storms. 92 is the forecast high. Outside right now, it looks like the clouds are starting to build, so we'll get a morning cloud deck, at least for a couple of hours. 76 right now in San Antonio. 71 in New Braunfels. It's cooled off nicely there. 73 in Converse, 72 Boerne, and of course it is very sticky. That you cannot avoid. And the stickiness is also there on the East Coast. I showed you this just a few minutes ago, but there is a big time heat risk today. If you've got friends and family up around Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Ohio, Indianapolis, the list goes on. There is an extreme heat risk today as temperatures soar to around 100, but heat index values will be up around 110. So we are not having to deal with the kind of heat they are up across the Northeast, and it will be a dangerous situation there later this afternoon. All right, on the roads this morning, we do have one big incident, RJ, is that right?
All right, Justin, yes, that is right in East Bexar County, so we'll talk about that here in just a bit. But as you see here, yes, definitely humid outside. When you step outside, you just kind of feel it, kind of sticks to you. But let's give you an update here on the roads. 37 at Houston, traffic looking pretty good there. 281 Bulverde Road, no major issues there for our drivers north of 1604. Good morning to all of our folks out there at Bulverde and 281. We are starting to clear out this construction right here at 10 Hildebrand. Earlier we saw that work convoy making its way down from the Woodlawn area down to the Colorado and Frio Streets area, but it looks like traffic is starting to move along there on the upper and lower levels of 10 for our drivers. Still have this ongoing construction taking place here. This is going to be Alamo Street to South Laredo Street for all of my folks over by Lone Star and Southtown in the King William area, kind of dealing with ongoing construction there throughout the rest of the summer. And the northeast side of town, we still have some backups here for all of our folks coming south on 35 over by Selma and making their way towards Live Oak and Universal City. But as Justin mentioned, we do have that crash right here at I-10 West at Trainer Hale. So this was reported earlier this morning, and it looks like we have several of the main lanes being affected right now for all of our drivers that are coming in west right now. So you're coming in from the Seguin area, the Linney Road area. Just keep this one in mind. You are going to see some pretty significant delays if you're trying to make your way towards FM 1518 or 1604 here in the east side of the San Antonio area. So let's go to Alex Gomez right now for the very latest in Drive Cam and see what the update is with this 18-wheeler accident. Alex.
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And this stretch of I-10 only has 2 lanes on the main lanes, and one of them is blocked right now because of this. So I try to get a better look at this, and it looks like they do have this hooked up to where they might attempt pretty soon to get this 18-wheeler upright. But in the meantime, it's going to be that right lane that's blocked on I-10 westbound, and the frontage road is going to be completely closed in between Zool Road all the way down to Trainer Hale. So just keep that in mind. On the other side of the highway, if you're going I-10 eastbound, this side of the highway not being affected by what's going on with this 18-wheeler, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Alex. And if you need to exit Santa Clara, that might be a potential option to just try and avoid some of this mess in I-10 West over in East Bexar County. Thank you very much, Alex. Guys, back to you.
5:33 right now. We got a warning before this next story where some may find the video that we're about to show very hard to watch.
So a suspect shot by a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy has been released from a hospital and booked into jail. This is 34-year-old Joshua Garcia. He's charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and evading arrest.
So this happened on Saturday on Drove Drive in southeast Bexar County.
So in the video, you see a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy firing several shots into a maroon BMW as the driver tries to speed away. BCS says that car was actually stolen. Now, it is important to note, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says the driver in the car appeared to back up towards the deputy. However, the video appears to show the car coming to a complete stop. BCO tells us Garcia was shot 3 times and treated for minor injuries. The sheriff also added a woman in the passenger seat had minor injuries during the pursuit, and she was not shot.
Sheriff Salazar says that the deputy who fired the gun has been placed on administrative leave, or duty, excuse me. The 988 Suicide Lifeline offers specialized counselors to high-risk groups like veterans or LGBTQ plus youth.
The Trump administration has decided to eliminate the LGBTQ plus option starting July 17th, saying the option ran out of funding.
Courtney Freeman went to Pride Center San Antonio, where community members are not happy about this.
There's an incorrect rhetoric happening in our country politically right now that difference is a problem.
Pride Center San Antonio Executive Director Lex Loro believes that's the effect of a recent move by the federal government to remove counselors from the 988 Suicide Lifeline, who are supposed to focus specifically on LGBTQ plus youth.
We're frustrated, we're tired, we're angry that this is Pride Month. It's supposed to be a time that we're celebrating and uplifting our community, and instead we're fighting for resources.
While the general 988 Lifeline will stay in service, Loro said the specialized help is necessary for LGBTQ plus youth.
Oftentimes they're coming from unsupportive homes, environments, or communities, and when they reach out for support, they need affirming, respectful, and knowledgeable service providers.
Suicide prevention organization The Trevor Project says due to stigma and mistreatment, LGBTQ plus youth are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers. In just 1 year, they say more than 40% of LGBTQ plus youth considered suicide, and 1 in 10 had an attempt. Laura knows that type of pain personally.
I was a service seeker myself, a person that was a survivor of domestic violence and that also just struggled to come out in a conservative reality. I didn't really see a path for myself.
And look at you now. You went from that to leading the Pride Center.
It is absolutely possible. I not only saw a path forward, but I now actually am so deeply proud to be an LGBTQ plus person.
She wants young people to know that can be their story too. There are other places to call for help from people with lived experiences.
Please still call the Trevor Project. Please still call Trans Lifeline. Please still call the Pride Center and get connection. We will help you with resource navigation.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
A federal court is blocking the White House from stopping foreign students at Harvard. Judge Allison Burroughs says the Trump administration's latest move is unconstitutional. The White House claims Harvard is not properly screening international students, calling it a national security risk. But this marks the second time this judge has sided with the university on student visas. Judge Burroughs will also decide this summer if the administration can cut Harvard's federal funding.
High property taxes have been a big issue for Texans across the state and right back here in home.
Now, new legislation just signed by Governor Abbott hopes to help, giving an estimated $10 billion in relief.
Our Devin Karp is live right now to break down what it is and what it means for San Antonio.
Hey, good morning, guys. You know, it's nothing new to see that high property taxes have been a big issue for homeowners across Texas and in San Antonio. Some of them I've spoke with say they're worried about getting priced out of their home with how high they are. But new tax relief on the way could potentially make a difference. Last week, Governor Greg Abbott was able to put his signature on 3 different bills, all aimed at increasing homestead exemptions. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's like a discount on your property tax bill, taking money away from that number that taxing entities like school districts can tax from. Now, one of the 3 bills, one of them is increasing the homestead exemption from $100,000 to $140,000. Another one increases the homestead exemption for homeowners who are disabled or over 65 from $10,000 to $60,000. And finally, a small business exemption of $125,000. I spoke with a homeowner over in the Delview neighborhood who's lived in his house for more than 30 years, but recently has seen his property taxes go through the roof because of how high the land value has gotten.
The land has gone up more than the structures have here. Yes. And you get so many calls of people that want to buy your property just for the land, not the house.
Now, some critics of these bills say while this is all in the right direction, they're not sure if it's going to be enough for homeowners to actually feel the benefits, and more reform around property taxing in general is still needed. Now, this vote does still need to be approved by voters come November, but in the meantime, it is too late to protest your property taxes for this year, but if you want to see you apply or qualify for any homestead exemptions you might not be receiving, you can call the Bexar County Tax Appraisal District. We've got information up online right now at KSAT.com if you want to learn more about what these bills do and how they could potentially make a difference for you on your tax bill coming up. For now, I'll send it back to y'all. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Project Mend will have their first Gear Up for Mobility event Saturday, June 28th to provide mobility equipment to those in need. Donors can bring gently used medical equipment like wheelchairs, rollators, and power scooters from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. to the new Braunfels City Hall. All donations will go to those who need them the most. We got those details right there at ksatcommunity.com.
Right outside with live cam, it is 76 right now, 5:39. We're going to check in on the tropics. There's some activity there. The Pacific is getting active yet again. Can Mexico get some more heavy rain? We'll show you coming up.
All right, well, just one school in Texas made it to the top 25 list for best drama schools, and it's not far from us. Why Texas State is one of the best.
A preview on visually impaired students and how at Northside ISD they're learning a new way to access the world.
Welcome back, 5:43 on your Tuesday morning, and we are giving you an update here on an 18-wheeler rollover. This is at I-10 at Trainer Hale on the westbound lanes in East Bexar County. We're going to have a full report coming up with Alex Gomez on the ground on Good Morning San Antonio after the break.
5:46 now. Northside ISD teachers in the visually impaired program have come up with a way to unite and help their students learn a technology that will give them access to the world.
But it's also opened up their personalities and confidence. So Ayub Abraham Flores and Holmes High School, and then Joseph Leal of Hobby Middle School, and then Leonel Rodriguez from Reed Elementary School have formed a mentorship and friendship. The 3 meet at the Insight campus on Holmes High School to teach the Braille Note Touch Plus, sort of like an iPad with a Braille keyboard. All 3 students are the only visually impaired students on their campuses, so getting them together brings them a sense of belonging.
I've seen all of them come out of their shell, wanting to learn English. Leonel's wanting to speak more in English to learn. Joseph's wanting to learn Spanish so he can communicate with Leonel. And the boys are just more active, more participating more in their classrooms, and wanting to socialize more with others.
I feel like it is lonely because not a lot of the community knows about the Braille and the visually impaired community, and I want people to know that everyone can achieve things.
Now, here's the challenge. Transporting the students to a central campus takes coordination. Their teachers hope that more principals across the district will open up their campuses to host these visually impaired students. Northside ISD only has about 200 students, visually impaired students, out of more than 10,000 students.
All right, so Texas State University is climbing the ranks in the world of drama education. The San Marcos campus is now number 22 on the Hollywood Reporter's list of top drama schools worldwide, and that's up 3 spots from last year. So it's the only Texas school to make the cut alongside heavy hitters like Juilliard and Yale. The proof is in the spotlight because with Texas State grads lighting up screens and stages, Texas State alumna Ashlyn Maddox is a starring role with Tina Fey on Netflix, while Shelby Acosta and Bella Coppola are both commanding Broadway stages. It's a tuition-free program and highly selective, accepting just 14 students each year. The university says its goal is preparing students for an ever-changing entertainment industry. That's great news right there.
Let's bring in our resident drama king from Texas State. RJ Marquez.
Some would say that I acted my way through classes, and that's how I got my diploma.
Hey!
Well, it worked.
Shout out to the School of Mass Comm, Journalism, Texas State University.
So did you
Love my
go?
Bobcats.
You came through that program, or?
Not through the drama.
Oh, okay.
Through the School of Mass Comm and Journalism. Yes.
Well.
Hear ye, hear ye.
But I have a friend who was a teacher on the show Euphoria on HBO. Not a kid-friendly show, but yes, Euphoria. He played one of the teachers as part of the high school there. So yeah, they got a pretty good renowned
a track record.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Learned something new.
Very good.
Go Bobcats. All right, we'll jump into the forecast here.
Okay.
It pained me to say that, but I said it.
Hey.
Okay, I want to show you a picture coming in on our KSAT Connect. This is from Casey Garcia from yesterday out in Medina Valley. A cool shot. You see the clouds, and look, some of them tried to build up some into some brief showers. We didn't see a lot yesterday, but right at sunset, that is a beautiful, beautiful shot. We appreciate you sending that in. And let's take a look at the authority radar real quick, because we do have a couple showers and even a few storms along the coast. Those storms have since dissipated there south of Houston, but you get the idea that there is some activity out there in the Gulf, and that activity is going to start to make its way inland here next few hours. And the hope is that eventually some of that makes its way up towards San Antonio. Let me show you the futurecast here. And this is noontime. Shows a couple showers there developing across our southeastern counties. Then as the day wears on, they'll try to make a run for San Antonio. We'll see. It's not a guarantee, but we have brought rain chances up to 30% today. This is around 4 o'clock, by the way. Then those will quickly die out once the sun goes down. And then tomorrow, we'll do it all again. Spotty showers noontime, and then some isolated downpours by the late afternoon and evening hours. So the forecast today, humid this morning, 70s, coastal showers midday, 87, and then this afternoon, 92, with that chance, 30% chance of an isolated downpour. Forecast heat index, it will still be very humid today. I mean, we've been very consistent in this regard. Temperatures have been in the low 90s, heat index values have been in the upper 90s, and that's the way it's going to be through the extended forecast. I do want to take you to the tropics very quickly because, yes, we do have one area up in the Atlantic. It is looking less and less likely like it will develop. But I want to point out this area here in the eastern Pacific. Here's Mexico, here's Central America. There is a 70% chance of development. We've seen this already so far this season. These storms that kind of very closely ride the west coast of Mexico. It looks like this could be another one of those. So there could be some pretty heavy rain in the same spot where we had Eric bring us torrential rain, Acapulco and the state of Oaxaca. So this could be another kind of repeat, which would not be great. Flossie, by the way, would be the next name on the list there in the Pacific. All right, extended forecast here, 30% chance of rain tomorrow, 20% chance Thursday. It looks like Friday is probably one of our drier days, and then some more small chances this weekend and into next week. All right, sports related, just asked Justin this morning because the basketball draft is about to be underway. Which NBA player holds the record for the most seasons with just one team? Is it Kobe Bryant, John Stockton, Tim Duncan, or Dirk Nowitzki? Right now, Dirk's leading the way with 64% of the vote, but we got votes for the others. Kobe, John, Tim. Timmy's our boy. You can go to ksat.com/poll, scan the QR code, weigh in.
You're paying attention. RJ dropped a little hint a little while ago, which I'm dissecting as we speak. So it's narrowed my thought process.
Well, the problem is, though, the hint he dropped, all those guys could apply.
You're right. No, that is true. But I'm trying to read between the lines.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yes.
Oh, that's another good one.
Yep.
That is a good one, Justin. Yes, and John Stockton, the purveyor of the short shorts.
Yes.
John Stockton. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Stockton and Malone.
Bring the short shorts.
No.
All right, 37. He's like, no, never mind. Let's not do that. All right, the biggest thing we're following right now, 18-wheeler crash right here. Westbound lanes right here, Trainer Hale. Several main lanes are affected at the moment. And again, we'll go to Alex here in just a little bit. But do want to update our folks on a couple other things. I-10 and Hildebrand traffic is clearing out here after some overnight construction. Northeast side of town, 35 south at Evans Road. Still seeing some delays here for our drivers coming south at Selma, making their way through parts of Retama and the Forum Parkway. Okay, so let's go to Alex right now for the very latest on the ground in Drive Cam. And Alex, what can you tell us out there in East Bexar County?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. We just look at the line of traffic that's already grown over here. This is all because of the 18-wheeler. It's still on its side right now. They haven't even attempted to get that upright just yet. So I-10 westbound has that right lane blocked and the frontage road completely closed from Zool Road all the way down to Trainer Hale. But the good news is that if you're going outbound towards Seguin and the surrounding areas, I-10 eastbound not being affected by this, but this is going to be a very slow process, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Alex, and we'll check back in at the top of our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, San Antonio on the Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Coming back with 5:57, 60 or 76 degrees outside.
Quick break for us right here. Top of the hour coming up. More GMSA on the way.